So, my sister is a marine biologist, and in 2002, she took this job, like an internship program in the South Indian city of Pondicherry, where she would be building composting toilets on the compound of a cult, a religious movement that was started in the 1960s called Oroville. And Oroville has always been one of my favorite places to visit in India. It is this like utopian community. It's planned out so perfectly in these concentric circles that go out several layers. And in the center of all those circles is an enormous golden globe where you meditate inside of. Actually, they don't call it meditation, they call it concentration. And you concentrate inside this meditation globe with other people in that religious movement and try to find some element of transcendence. And the history of Pondicherry and Oroville, it goes back to the freedom struggle in India. But what I always found so fascinating was that it was this international community of people from France and Germany and the United States and India, all sort of living together and really making a go of it. I think I was around 24 years old when I was there. And eventually, after staying about a month, sort of shadowing my sister, I bought a Royal Enfield motorcycle, a 350cc Royal Enfield Bullet, which is like the coolest motorcycle in the world, in my opinion. It is like they're terribly maintained, they fall apart, but they just sound so cool. And I was about to go on an adventure. I took that motorcycle across India, across the Oroville Mountains, and then north, heading up to Mumbai. But before I got to Mumbai, I took a stopover in this town called Puna. I was alone, my sister wasn't with me. And the reason I wanted to go to Puna is because there was this other religious group there by a very well-known, some people would call him a cult leader. Some people would call him a guru, a spiritual path breaker. His name is Osho, also Rajneesh or Bhagwan. Bhagwan means God in Sanskrit. And Osho is known for being sort of one of those ostentatious gurus, sort of above and beyond. He's your prototypical guru. And to get into his ashram, to walk into this, Puna's a chaotic sort of Indian megalopolis. It's not a town. It's huge. And to get in, and you can see the trees from the walls. There's walls that go around the compound. You can see the trees inside. You can just see that it's lush and verdant inside. And when you go by it, you realize you just want to go in. But to get in the front door of the Osho ashram, you need to take a blood test. Yeah, that's right. You have to take a blood test, and you need to show a passport that you're from a foreign country. Luckily, I was an American and I have blood. And so I gave the blood test, and what they're testing for is the HIV virus. They wanted to be sure. So that's the first few minutes of my new show, How to Start a Cult. And I think you're really going to like this episode. It's going to be on Spotify. Maybe it's already on Spotify, depending when you're watching this video. And it's going to air on YouTube on my new channel called Scott Carney Investigates. There's going to be like a sub-channel for this sort of content. And you should go check that out and subscribe. There is a link in the down below. See you then.